After over a year of waiting, hoping, and praying for volleyball to come back, it has finally happened, and the Premier Volleyball League has arrived at the final stage in the finals, where the Creamline Cool Smashers will go up against a formidable foe in the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Thank you so much to everybody tuning in today on Volleyball DNA as we break down the final series between the top two teams. So, because this is a brand new matchup in the finals, we will bring in a brand new analyst on the show today. So we've had a veteran sports writer in Sir Joey Villar. We've had a coach slash team manager slash team official in the form of Coach Santiago. Today we will bring back, because he's been a part of the PVL, a PVL play-by-play commentator, Martin Javier. Brother, thank you so much for joining us here on Volleyball DNA.
Hey, brother. Thank you so much for inviting me and allowing me to, put on my analyst cap. I don't use it that much, but I have an opportunity today to do it. And I'm excited as well because, it's a league that's very close to our hearts. We've been covering it for years already when we were in SNA. And again, iba yung situation natin ngayon eh. Kasi, hindi na nagko-cover eh. So we can chill, we can watch, we can enjoy the action. It's so much different, but I feel like I'm enjoying it more from this perspective.
Oh, kasi 'di ba, iba yung feeling na di katulad ng dati when we were part of the coverage, hindi tayo pwede magsabi ng kung ano-ano sa Twitter. We can't like give our like feeling. We can't say like what's in our hearts because syempre iniisip natin, we might be too biased towards a certain team. We have to call the game as it is. Pero ang saya din pala no, na nanonood ka lang, you're not worried about. You can just be a fan, plain and simple. You can just be a fan.
Exactly.
All right.
Just enjoy the
action. Just enjoy. And we've been enjoying the return of volleyball. Grabe, and we're just so happy for the players who have had the chance to get back on the court. All right, Marts, like you said, you're gonna put your analyst hat on today, and we're gonna break down the finals of the Premier Volleyball League. Creamline versus Chery Tiggo. The top two teams gonna go at it. Let's get right to it. Let's get Martin's keys to victory for the Creamline Cool Smashers.
Okay, before we begin, Anton, I wanna give a shout out to the PVL organization for pulling this bubble off. Alam natin kung gaano kahirap to. Alam natin kung gaano kadaming challenges yung kanilang hinarap para lang ma-pull off to. I mean, from the start, bro. From the opening day, second day, umulan, yung bubong. Yeah. I mean, but they responded quickly. They powered through, and now we are here. Kahit yung naging compressed yung schedule nila, they took that risk. Diba? They took that risk. Tuloy pa rin natin. Nag-accept yung mga players, and now they are in the finals and at the tail end at most exciting finals. Yung napapanood natin. I think, I was able to hear Boom say earlier na, kahit sino dun sa apat na teams na yun, pwede mag-finals eh. But, the better teams came out on top, and it is Chery Tiggo versus the Creamline Cool Smashers. Stars will take center stage in the Premier Volleyball League. Okay, unahin muna natin ang Creamline Cool Smashers. I mean, these are gonna be obvious keys, Anton, but we need to talk about them. Okay, una muna, when you talk about the Creamline Cool Smashers, dapat unang mention mo Alyssa Valdez. But I'm not gonna mention her first. I'm gonna mention the other spiker. Okay, my headline for this, Anton. Okay. It's thoughts that counts. Let's go. Oh my gosh.
I like that.
Pinag-isipan ko yan for you, bro. Pinag-isipan ko yan for you. Okay. Why Tots Carlos? Tots Carlos did not start for Creamline to begin this conference. She was a backup. A lot of fans are thinking, naku, sayang si Tots. Naku, sayang yung firepower ni Tots. Because it was Gemma and Alyssa. Yun yung primary spikers nitong Creamline. But unti-unti, una ni Coach Sherwin muna. Si Tots integrate sa lineup. Kasi syempre, hindi mo naman pwedeng biglain. Okay. And she got the seamless transition, and I feel like she was, unleashed here in the Premier Volleyball League, especially in the last few games. Okay, let's talk about the semi-final matchup. against the Petrogas Angels. Let's talk about how tough it is to beat the Petrogas Angels. Nalaman niya ng Creamline in the first game, they were pushed to 5 sets. Dehado pa sila doon, Anton. Dehado pa sila doon, but they were able to come out on top. Next game, oh my gosh. Tots fired up 23 points in the first game. Second game, kinabukasan lang to. Okay, nakita natin. Ako, napansin ko yung fatigue from Myla Pablo. Napansin natin yung fatigue rin siguro from Alyssa Valdez, who only scored 9 points in the second game. But Tots, 21 big points to lead the way. And these are, I mean, okay, malakas na siya nung UAP days pa niya sa UP. Malakas na siya pumalo, bro. One of the most explosive spikers, bar none, in the country. Pero ngayon, iba yung wind-up niya. And to add to that, Anton, she's used to being the focal point. She's used to being checked. But now she has Alyssa Valdez to take all the attention. Now, it opens up a lot of things for her. Kaya binibigyan din siya ngayon ni Gia Morado. So I think, for me, momentum eh. So going into the finals, I feel like I need to mention first the performance of Tots Carlos. And, siya talaga yung isa sa mga magiging biggest factors for the Creamline Cool Smashers in the coming finals, especially in facing, oh my gosh, Santiago sisters. You can't.
Ito sabihin ko sa'yo, Martza, Coach Tai showed a lot of balls for not starting MG, who has been playing well throughout the elimination round, and it's because Tots earned it. Tots, as you said, was dominating in the semifinals, 23 points in game 1, 21 in game number 2, and Coach Tai made that decision. Okay, Tots is gonna start, Michelle is gonna come off the bench. So isipin mo, meron ka pang gumabaw.
Yun
na
I'm sorry, it wasn't
in the finals.
It wasn't Galanza pala. Sige, it was Galanza and gumabaw pala.
Yeah.
Sharing yung parang second role as scorer noon. Di ba may gumabaw ka pa? Grabe naman yan. But I feel like Tots again earned it, and I feel like she's gonna be utilized dito sa pagdarating na finals natin, especially the way she's been performed, because she's used to scoring big. Diba? She's used to scoring in the 20s ever since college. So this is not new territory for him. In fact, or for her rather. In fact, mas dumali pa nga buhay niya. Kasi, kasi kompleto Ricardos ng Creamline Cool Smashers. Magaling ang receive, magaling ang setting, saktong-sakto. Ngayon, ang dami pang pieces na pwedeng igalaw para ma-open up shots. I feel like, she is unleashed at the right time for the Cool Smashers. And
it's the thoughts that counts.
Yun, it's the thoughts that count. Let's go! And I feel like this is a big, isa sa mga malaking twist para dito sa Creamline. Especially late in the season, you make that big of a change, starting Tots over Michelle. Yung isang element of surprise siguro na pwede pa nilang magamit going into the finals. Okay. So let me go to my second point. Binanggit ko na ito. Sige, ito na. It's Alyssa Valdez. Okay. Coming off game 2, did have, an excellent semifinals. But, she's still the best player on the floor. Still one of the best. Tumaas pa yung talon niya this season. Bumatak pa lalo. Only had 9 points in game 2, Anton. Not sure kung bakit. Kasi she had 25, I think 25 points in the previous day.
Yeah, I think you can put an asterisk on that 9-point outing. Asterisk yun.
Pero, Alyssa Valdez. She bounces back in a big way and in the biggest stage. Diba? Finals mo nakikita yan. Unfazed with the pressure. I feel like it's phenom time. Once more here in the Premier Volleyball League. This is tried and tested. She is going to be the focal point. Her connection with Jia is gonna be key here as they go against probably the toughest opponent they've had in years.
And the only team that was able to beat them so far.
Yon. Oo, kaisa-isang team. So magiging tricky yan. So yun, Alyssa Valdez, obviously yan. Pero yung pangatlo natin, I feel like this is gonna be,
Ano to?
Sure na. Ito, i-basic ko muna. Mamaya na yung medyo explosive din, Anton. Okay. Caught in the middle. Feel like, wala lang. Yung naisip ko. Kasi they need to utilize.
That's true.
their
That's true.
Middle blockers. Okay, you can mix it up with their spikers, but I feel like Creamline, kasi naalala ko pinag-usapan natin nung bumisita ka, nag-cover ka sa NCAA, napag-usapan natin off-cam. Di ba? Napag-usapan natin off-cam na grabe yung mga dinagdag. Pinag-usapan muna natin yung Petrogas, mabibigat na pangalan yung dinagdag nila. But Creamline, they added the necessary pieces to, push them, put them on a higher level. You're talking about Jeanette Panaga, nasa gitna. Diba? Jeanette Panaga, kahalinhinan ni Risa Sato, who is also equally effective as a blocker and as a hitter. It adds another dimension to their offense and defense, which is why I feel like, and Jaja, Jia rather, she's got the right timing. Alam niya kung kailan niya papaganahin yung mga gitna niya. So I feel like this is going to be, kumbaga panggulat ba? Ganun, panggulat. Di ba? Panggulat. Kasi gitna di ba? The attention will be on the spikers. Of course, Alyssa is there. But I feel like the middle blockers will be key. Yung mga, parehong yun May sweep play si Panaga. Merong quick si Risa Sato. Di ba? So, yeah, feeling ko yung gitna, they need to emphasize that in the coming finals. Eto, tapos yung huli ko for the Creamline Cool Smashers. I have 4 for them. I will take this out of your commentary book.
Uh-oh.
Dashing and cool smashing. Yo!
That means Panaga has to do. Panaga's been doing a lot of that, actually. She's been doing a lot of dashing and smashing. Yeah. Si Risa yung mga quick
But I would like to emphasize on the cool smashing here, Anton. I feel like the Creamline Cool Smashers, they need the all-around consistency because they haven't been, they've been, nagpakita sila ng vulnerability in some of the games this season.
This is what I wanted to hear from you actually, kung ano yung mga nakikita mong potential weak spots of Creamline.
Yun. Sa Creamline, nagpakita sila ng vulnerability this season. I mean, only one team beat them, Chery Tiggo pa. 4 na sets lang yun, Anton. And I feel like, that started everything actually for Chery Tiggo. But that's another topic. For Creamline, usually, di ba, Perla Spikers, they were pushed to 5. Yeah. Petrogas in the first game, in the semifinals, they were pushed to 5 sets. So I feel like, kung mabibreak yung, kasi may minsan talaga nagkakaroon ng lapses. I'm not sure if it's because of the fatigue of, di ba? This is everyday schedule. So baka ganon, mental toughness yung kailangan nila. So, yung lapses ng Creamline, I feel like it's on the attack errors. Kasi magaganda naman yung bigay ni Jia. Tapos, minsan hindi lang talaga na ilalagay. Kapag ka nangyayari yun sa Cool Smashers, minsan talaga nagsusunod-sunod and it spreads out all throughout the set. Kaya natatalo sila in some of the sets that they've had. They only lost some and, they're always able to recover because they are tried and tested team. But if they are able to play like a well-oiled machine that they are, especially getting an extra day of rest going into game number 1.
That's big.
Yeah. Iba yun. Kasi overnight lang sila Jaja. Pagods pa yan. Kasi sunod-sunod yung laro. Di ba? Bago yun. So, kung yung Creamline, if they cover all the bases, if they play cool, smashing volleyball, happy volleyball ni Coach Tai all throughout. I mean, possibilities are endless. This could end up, as another championship for our, di ba, tuturing pa natin silang defending champions.
Yeah, for the open conference.
Yeah. That's right.
All right.
Yung sa Creamline ko.
I love it, man. I love it. You started with It's the Thoughts That Counts. Alyssa Valdez, because Alyssa caught in the middle and of course dashing and cool smashing. I love it. You really went the extra mile there. Akala ko 3 lang yung ibibigay mo. You went extra with the 4th one. Good job. All right. You mentioned Creamline as looking like a well-oiled machine, but Chery Tiggo, especially game 2 and game number 3. Yun yung well-oiled machine, ha? Yun yung well-oiled machine. I totally did not expect that they would sweep Choco Mucho, a team that plays with a lot of pride, in 2 straight matches. Mertz, kindly lay it out for us. Keys to victory for Chery Tiggo in the finals.
Straight sets pa to against a very tough Chocomucho team. I feel like Chery Tiggo unveiled their true identity in the series, Anton. Kasi, first set natin, game number 3 rather, for them. First set, it was a cruise for them. Second set, pinahirapan sila ng Chocomucho. Lamang all the way ang Chocomucho. Habol sila, kinapitan nila, nanalo sila. Ganon din nangyari sa third set. So I feel like, they showed a lot of character. They feel like, kahit maunahan kami ng maaga, okay, kaya namin makahabol because we have all of these weapons. And bago ako magpunta sa keys to victory natin, Anton, I would like to point out that their first meeting of the season with Creamline, banggit tayo ng banggit na sila lang ang nakatalo sa Creamline Cool Smashers. They did it in 4 sets. That victory against the Cool Smashers sparked everything for Chery Tiggo because previously, I believe they were 3-2. Natalo sila sa 3-2. Oo, natalo sila sa Santa Lucia previously. 3-2 sila and Vallepure. And a lot of people were bashing
Coach Aaron, grabe.
Coach Aaron, kasi hindi niya mapagana yung pieces. But after that victory against Creamline, they closed out the elimination round on a 4-game winning streak, I believe, because they ended up with a 7-2 slate. Kasi nagsimula sila 3-2, Creamline 4-2 sila, nag-start na yon 4-game winning streak. And then natalo lang sila sa Chocomucho isa, they cruised to 2 victories afterwards as well. And this is what you love to see with Chery Tiggo. This is a very strong team, Anton. Strong and a very deep team. Kaya nga match na match. Per position, feeling ko, and firepower, setting, blocking, feeling ko, sila talaga yung kamatch ng Creamline Cool Smashers. Okay, uunahin ko na dito sa Chery Tiggo Crossovers because we haven't seen her really be unleashed on the court. Release the Jaja! Release the Jaja!
Oh. Really? Well, actually, yung all throughout the game. Throughout the game na dominating talaga. Kasi like in game number 2, and I tweeted this, because I really felt na she went import mode towards the end of the match.
Correct.
Close it out. Nag-import mode siya. Tapos, di ba, we were talking in game number 3. Sabi ko, parang, na-realize ko na hindi lang pala isa yung import nito. Dalawa pa. May Dindin ka pa. But yeah, going back to your point, yung Jaja game na talagang dominating all throughout, wala pa. And that's understandable because she has to get Pat going and she has to get Dindin going as well. And kahit si Adorador, nakita ko, lumilipad din pala Lumilipad din pala si Shaya
Ang laki na nang in-improve din ni Shaya Adorador. But I feel like, not necessarily dominate the entire game, but did what she did nung semifinals. I feel like she was established early. Of course, she's gonna be established early by Jasmine Abor. Pero if you do that against any opponents, that will open up a lot of things from, for the other spikers. Kasi Dindin, nakakaarangkada rin na maagla. Shaya, Adorador, nakakapuntos din. Meron pa silang Micah Ortiz. Na veterano rin, na nakakapatay ng bola na talagang pumupuntos din para sa kanila.
Hindi pa tayo sure kung maglalaro kasi sinabi ni Jaja sa akin na she was injured and there were matches that she was rested. Tapos biglang naglaro against Creamline. Grabe.
Well, feeling ko kailangan niya. Parang sabi niya, I can't miss this. Pero, pakiramdam ko, that's the first key. Release the Jaja, kung kaya niyang score ng 20. Kasi, tinitignan ko kanina yung mga spikes niya. I mean, they have better connection now. She has better connection now with Nabor. Nakukuha na yung height na gusto niya, yung bilis na gusto niyang kuhain ng bola. And when she gets that right height, I mean,
puro bounce ball Puro bounce ball yung nangyayari.
Bounce ball. Minsan, over, the hands of the blockers. I mean, how do you stop this? At partida pa, they are facing against one of the best blocking teams. They were facing, rather, in the semifinals in Chocomucho. May Maddie, may Bea, may Kat sa harap. So, feeling ko, Jaja needs to go all out because this is not the eliminations. This is not the semifinals. This is the finals against a very disciplined Creamline Cool Smashers team.
That's the word.
diba, disiplinado, if she can go all out every game from the first set to the third set to the fifth set, why not? That will help Chery Tiggo a lot in their campaign in the Premier Volleyball League. Okay, next point ko, Anton, tatawagin ko itong crossover plays. Just to point out that the board needs to set the table and mix things up. I don't know, because it's crossover and these are plays. She needs to set the table. Okay, once you've established Jaja already, usually Jaja and Dindin yan. Dindin, by the way, we need to point out that Dindin is playing out of her mind. My gosh, grabe to.
Lupit.
I mean, people keep forgetting na he's a very established player. Nag-input, naglaro din sa Japan.
For two different teams.
Plays high level of volleyball, very capable of scoring in big numbers. Dindin Santiago also being unleashed. Pero, nadi-discover din natin, syempre, na hindi rin din si Jaja at Dindin yung limitasyon netong ditong Chery Tiggo Crossovers. I mean, you got Magit ko kanina, you got Micah who was barely used. Pero nung previous encounter nila, she scored in double figures against the Creamline Cool Smashers. Meron ka pang Kaya Ador. Aryan Layub is also showing potential, especially in the early stages ng conference natin. Meron ka pang Kasilag na hindi masyado ginagamit. So, I feel like si Jasmine Abor now, she's playing against her idol, by the way, in Jia Morado. Diba? Na-establish yun nung UAAP. This is now gonna be a toe-to-toe matchup against one of the best setters in the country and one of the best defenses as well. So para malito mo ang Creamline Cool Smashers, para hindi nila, ma-anticipate. Kasi ang tendency mo, of course you have go-to players, of course you have Jaja, of course you have Dindin, but eventually, asahan mo yan kay Coach Tay, kay Coach Sherwin, mababasa nila, mag-a-adjust yan in the middle of the set, in the middle of the game. So I feel like Jasmine Abor needs to mix things up, activate a lot of players, which she has been doing very well, especially in the past few games for Chery Tiggo, getting a lot of people involved. I mean, kanina, I was impressed with Shaya Adorador and the effectiveness. Grabe.
Na-impress ako nung nag-slow-mo si Direk eh. Nag-slow-mo, lumilipad eh.
Yeah.
Doon ako na-impress, bro.
Kudos to Direk, by the way, for catching that shot.
We're actually not sure if it was Direk Al or Direk Raul, but we miss you guys.
We miss you guys dearly. Pero tatak yan ng PVL production natin. But that's what I'm talking about. You take the pressure off Jaja and Dindin in a grueling matchup against Creamline. That's gonna be big already. And the pressure now is going to be on Jasmine Abor. Kasi siya yung magsisetup at siya yung And let's also point out na nag-improve talaga yung connection ni Jasmine sa mga spikers niya. Jaja and Dindin, which I feel like, what's crucial for them, especially with the turnaround that they did. Turnaround kahit lang 3-2 naman sila noon, over 500. But a lot of people were expecting more from Chery Tiggo, and now they are starting to deliver. And I feel like, they're hitting their peak at the right time.
Agree.
Ito, Anton, sige, unahin ko muna to para hindi tayo masyadong ma-shock. Ito, I feel like Chery Tiggo, syempre, Chery Tiggo, kailangan, fast start talagang kailangan, nakakapakagad sa gas. So they should avoid slow starts, which happened, I think, di ba? Di ba? Di pwedeng 10 lang yung takbo mo, hindi pwedeng 20 lang. Kailangan ang marangkada ka na, parang ang nasa highway. And I'm pointing this out because katulad nung last 2 sets against Chocomucho in game number 2, they've fallen in a lot of traps like that na, hindi sila masyadong, hindi sila masyadong nakakapag-focus, nakakaabante ng maaga yung kalaban nila. Chocomucho in game number 2 did that twice, second and third set. We were watching that game. pero kumapit sila. But I'm not sure if that's the ideal scenario if you are facing the Creamline Cool Smashers. Kasi usually ang Creamline, going for the kill yan eh. Dire-diretso lang yan. So, pag nakaarangkada sila ng malaki, mahirapan ka ng humabol sa Creamline Cool Smashers. So I feel like they need to fix that. That's one of the things that they need to fix. Get off to fast start. Kung kaya nila, talagang tambakan nila sa una pa lang so that they can establish their lead and the confidence against the teams.
And I think, Martz, that was key in game number 3 against Chocomucho. They got off to a hot start because Chocomucho is a team na if they gain that confidence and they start, pumping their fists and celebrating, they're going to be tough to stop. But Chery Tiggo took that away from them by getting off to a hot start in game number 3. And so on point on that one.
Diba? Kasi although feeling ko blessing in disguise yung last 2 sets nila eh. Kasi doon nila nakita na at saka nakuha yung confidence na, uy,
They snatched those sets away. Set 2 and 3.
Kaya natin kumapit.
Those were Chocomucho sets, but they stole them.
Yeah, sabi, they got the confidence that, uy, kaya nating kapitan to. Kaya nating humabol. And we can close out, diba, the sets kahit lamang na lamang sila dun sa simula, yung kalaban nila sa simula. So I feel like that's gonna be key for Chery Tiggo. And lastly, for them, they need to be casa-maintained. What do you mean by that? Di ba pag pinapasok mo yung kotse sa casa, chine-check nila lahat.
Diba? Si Coach Aaron ba yung head mechanic yan? Si Coach Aaron ba?
Siya yun. Chine-check niya lahat. Oil, kulong, lahat yan. Kailangan nilang i-check because you need to play near perfect volleyball. If you are facing again Creamline, the defending champions, kasi itong Creamline, they are tried and tested, although they haven't faced, and especially in the finals, they are a championship tested team, so you have to play near perfection. Talking about Chery Tiggo, kasi ang lapses sila, I think they had problems with their floor defense. Mostly si Phil na-reveal yan nung game number 1, and that was a lingering issue, especially in the early parts of the conference for them. So they have to fix certain areas in their game, and they have to play to their strengths. They're one of the best serving teams. They have 2 of the best scorers in the league, and Jaja and Dindin. So feeling ko, casa-maintained performance ang kanilang kailangan ipakita dito. But Anton, this is going to be a very explosive finals matchup. Ang hirap mong hula eh.
Pero I like how you broke it down. Let's just do a recap of the Chery Tiggo. Martin's keys to victories here. Okay, unleash the Jaja, crossover setting by Nabor. Do not get off to a slow start, and of course, you gotta be casa maintained. And we just have to say this. I mean, diba, in volleyball, Twitter is very toxic. Aminin natin to.
Yeah, true.
We felt the heat from fans, volleyball Twitter, and Coach Aaron, I think, took a lot of it. I'm not sure if he's active on social media, but props to him for not letting it get to him, and continuing to just do his job as the head mechanic of this Chery Tiggo crossover squad. And he shut up a lot of haters by driving them all the way to the finals. So Martz, man, I love your keys to victory, but now we get to, I don't know if this is going to be a hard part for you or an easy part, but this is what everybody's waiting for. So napakaganda ng sinabi ni Martin Javier, keys to victory for both Creamline and Chery Tiggo. But now it's time for him to give his prediction. Who will win this series and in how many matches?
Okay. Let me just point out that this could go either way, but I feel like this is gonna be yung mas mataas yung odds na maging resulta. I'm sticking with the Creamline Cool Smashers kasi they are tried and tested already. They've been here before, and they know how to get the job done. Finish the job rather. Okay, 3 matches to. It will take them 3 matches. Yep. Feeling ko may retaliation. Yeah, I don't know. It will be hard to put Jaja and Dindin away in 2 games. But, okay, it's possible. Pero Creamline, feeling ko it will stretch out and ano. Because this is, you gotta remember, this is the only team that beat them this conference. Sky high confidence yung dalawa nilang stars and the other players. Man, this is going to be a tough task for Creamline, but I feel like they are going to come out on top. Again, this is only a prediction. It could go either way.
Yep. So yeah, like I've always been explaining, every time we have somebody giving a prediction here, wala namang Nostradamus dito. I mean, we're all just fans of the game, and we give our predictions based on our experience. Martin, as a PVL play-by-play commentator, and all of us are fans in our own rights, so we can give our opinions. And you guys, kung ano ang opinion nyo, whatever you guys feel, let us know your prediction below. Sound off on the comments. If you want to ask Martin some questions, ayan, he put on his analyst hat. You can get right at him.
Can I add something, Anton? I'm happy that that Jaja and Dindin are back in the finals in a local league, because it's been a while. Of course, they've been spending a lot of time in Japan, going back and forth here. Last time, I think they were there in the finals 2016. They were still Photon Tornadoes. They won the championship. And in PSL naman. But alam din ng volleyball fans na naghahalin-hinan lang in the previous year sa PSL ay Petron at F2. So it's good to see them back in the finals, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they will respond to the pressure. And kahit alam mo, ito yung nakakatawa dito din sa PVL natin. There are walang audience. There are no people in the stands, no people in the venue, with the exception, of course, of the key personnel from the PVL. But we are not deprived from the emotions na pinapakita ng players on the court. I mean, reading it from, how they've been reacting with each point, di ba? Makapalo ka ng malakas dyan. Talaga nagre-react sila. They're pounding the floor. I mean, that tells you that they know what's at stake, that, despite not having our usual setup in a Coliseum with an audience, they feel the pressure, and in response, they are responding, they are performing, and that's a treat for all volleyball fans, especially here in the country.
Well said. The world is watching, and I think that's evidenced by the viewer count online, and of course the noise that's being made on social media, especially on Twitter. So once again, we're all just glad that volleyball is back. Props to the PVL, like Martin Javier said, for pulling off this season, and here we are. We're in the finals. Great matchup between Creamline and Chery Tiggo. So there you have it. Martin Javier giving us his keys to victory and prediction for this final series. Marts, anything you want to say before we close this episode?
I want to say thank you for inviting me here. I really miss talking about volleyball kasi nagtitweet na ako. Alam mo, nanonood lang talaga ako, nagtitweet ako. Rarely ako makakausap ng tao about volleyball, especially here in the local setup. So I'm very happy that you invited me here. It's an honor. I hope I was able to add substance to the show with all of the things I said.
You did. You added substance and style with your...
I'm glad to hear that, bro. I'm glad to hear that. But thank you so much for having me here. It's an honor.
I appreciate it, brother. And this was something that we wanted to make happen because we missed the PVL. We used to be a part of it, but just because Marts and I aren't covering the PVL anymore doesn't mean that we're not gonna be watching. So we have been watching, and just like you guys, we're enjoying the game. So Marts, thank you so much again for guesting on Volleyball DNA. Again, to all of the subscribers who are watching, let us know your comments below, your predictions, and we'll see you all on the next episode.
Thank you for watching Volleyball DNA. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to get notified for future episodes and interview highlights.
And while you're at it, head over to our Facebook page by clicking on the link in the description.